Hi, welcome. So today we have a wonderful story of a woman, a young lady called Uludi, who grew up in a village called Umwedi. She was very intelligent, very hardworking, and she inherited some of her wealth from her father, who passed away not quite long. So she became very successful when she added her intelligence to work in order to create more wealth. So what she did was she was able to have a cattle farm. She had a fish farming. She had poultry farming. She had sheep. Flocks of sheep, and she was very successful. So she thought of a way of having people to care for those farms for him to continue to, increase in wealth. So she tried to employ people whom she pays salary, but it wasn't satisfying to her. So she decided to play the role of a man. So she became a man who goes out to marry men. So she married the first husband, who was called Ato. So Ato, being that he was not quite doing well in his own career, she became the husband who take care of the flocks. He takes the cattle out for feeding and brings them back. So his own department was the cattle rearing. So she married another man. That man's name was called Unwako. So Unwako was a very strong man, but he was not doing well financially. So she handles the fish farming aspect to that Unwako. So she continued like that in order to create, a viable world. So she got to marry another, man whom she gave the poultry aspects, the poultry farming to, and that man was called Adodo. So they became three men in her house who were actually taking care of uh, her business, and things were actually moving well. So she stays at home, prepare meal, for the men to eat when they comes back from their various farming. So things were very okay. But at a point she got tired of, being at home cooking and all that. So she decided to, marry another man who could be a maid, kind of. So the man's job would be to be preparing the meal in the house, take care of the house chores, and she will relax and be ready to eat anytime the food is ready. So she went ahead and got another man who was called Odoki. So Odoke became the one that does the house chores. He does the cooking, and everything went smoothly. So the lady was happy. She became the queen of the house, four men to her. So she drew out a timetable for all of the men who chooses the days to meet with her. So the marriage was a successful one. The family was growing. They started having children. Um, the children were actually children to all the men, because, because it was really funny. So it got to a point where the men were so tired because by nature men were not really uh, made to have one woman to four men. So they became so tired. They were not being satisfied the way they should be. So many of them decided to, grumble, complaints, and all that. So the men began to leave gradually. The first husband left to look for greener pastures in another village. The second husband also felt the same way and he left. The third one felt the same way and he also left. So the last one was still with her until it get to a point where all the workload was on him and he was so confused on what to do. So he look around and sees that, oh, the workload is on me. How can I succeed in doing all the farm works and at the same time find a way to cook at home to please my woman? So he became so confused to a point that he had to talk to some friends. And friends, men will always be men, and men, told him that you are living a life of a slave. How can you be doing all of this for a woman? You don't have any penny to yourself. So the man looked inward and decided to rediscover himself and left the woman alone to look for a better place, for a better living. And this story is a great lesson to us that sometimes in life we should look inward on how people can benefit from us, not only us benefiting from people. And this will also help us to showcase our love and how we treat people and how we want people to treat us. So the moral lesson of this story is that women should always assume the responsibility of a woman, while the men take up the responsibility of a man. Don't twist the responsibilities for us to have a calm and sustainable home. Because as ordained by God, man is the head of the home, not the other way around. So I believe this will guide us in our day-to-day life and as we move forward with love to one another. Thank you very much.